Hello everyone, this is Christine and welcome to the vlog. One of the main reasons why so many people move to Canada is for a better quality of education for their children. In fact, Canada has been consistently recognized as part of the top 5 countries that offers the best education globally. In this video, I'm sharing all the information that you need to know about the education system here in Canada. So let's get started. Depending on the province, children are typically required to attend school starting as young as 4 up until the age of 18. So we do have different levels here, which is the primary, which caters the kindergarten to grade 8, which runs from 4 to 14 years old. Then we get the secondary level, which is from grade 9 to 12, which is from 14 to 18 years old. And we do have the post-secondary, which is college or university from 17 years old above.
What is the school year in Canada?
The school year usually begins first week of September until the end of June. However, you can find some year-round schools or schools that run from mid-August to the end of May. My daughter attends a French Catholic school and they always start earlier than the rest of the other schools here in Ottawa. So classes at Canadian schools are from Mondays to Fridays. So in primary school, it starts from 8:30 in the morning to 3:30 in the afternoon with an hour for lunch. And there are 2 15-minute recess breaks that are also given. In high school, they start usually from 8:30 in the morning till 2:30 in the afternoon with extracurricular activities and sports scheduled for after-school hours. Grades in Canada depend on the province and territory where your child is attending school. Here in Ontario, we follow this grading system scale.
What age you going to start in kindergarten?
In Ontario, children can start school at 4 or 5 and be enrolled in 2 years of kindergarten divided into junior and senior kindergarten. My daughter went to preschool when she was only 3. Since my husband and I were both working, and by age of 4, she had started her junior kindergarten class. While kindergarten is free in Canada, preschools, daycare, and childcare are private. This means they receive little funding, if any at all, from the government. Preschools in Canada can cost anywhere around 1,000 Canadian dollars to $1,300 per month. Childcare fees in Canada can cost an average of $40 per child.
What are the types of school in Canada?
So we do have different schools here. We first have the public school. The Canadian public education system is well funded and managed provincially. Therefore, some elements of the school system in Canada can vary slightly from province to province. That being said, education is overseen by the federal government and they ensure that education standards remain consistently high across the country. So here are some of the facts about the public school. The government taxpayers' money goes to the public schools. 95% of kids here in Canada goes to a public school. We don't have any tuition fee, no transportation fee, no uniforms, but keep in mind that there's a cost when you sign up your child with the before and after school program. So in our experience, we have to sign up our daughter in the morning and afternoon program because my husband and I were both working pre-pandemic days. So sometimes schools also charge small fees to your child to participate in extra activities such as sports team or school outings or field trips. So most children bring their own lunch to school. However, some schools offer cafeterias or hot lunch programs where you can purchase a meal for your child. Now we go to the private school. So some parents prefer sending their kids to private schools because they're concerned of overcrowding on the public schools. So most private schools have a smaller class size compared to public schools. The average tuition cost may vary. We also have the third option, which is the homeschooling.
School admission.
So first is the child vaccination record. This is very important, most especially for immigrants like us. And school transfer certificate, if applicable. You need to also send the birth certificate and the proof of residence. On a personal note, this was the basis of our school choice for our daughter when we moved here in Canada 3 years ago. First is the location. So my daughter's school is only a 6-minute walk from home. And second, we also checked the school rankings here in Canada. We have 3 schools in our neighborhood. However, we've also considered checking the Ontario schools ranking. And we found out that my daughter's school has the highest score compared with the other schools in this neighborhood. So she's now attending a French Catholic school since we also want her to be bilingual. My daughter now is already on her first grade and she has no books, no notebooks. There's only a school list provided by the school which we need to only include in her school bag. And for the nutrition, no peanuts allowed as always. And even sweets, the teachers are very strict and you don't have to put that in your lunch boxes.
Good
Morning.
Good morning, everyone.
So what's
This is
inside
the
your
stuff I gotta put in my backpack. I gotta put the tissue box for my teacher, and I gotta put a lunch box, and I gotta put the small bag so I won't forget.
So what's inside the small bag?
Well, let's see. Here we got sanitizer. I've got a mask.
Ah, very good. That's for the school. And then you got what? A water bottle?
I got a water bottle.
Very healthy snacks. You got a banana. Peanuts are not allowed inside the school. I feel that the education system here is very different from where I came from, because in the Philippines, I remember that I already have set of books, set of notebooks. We also have like assignments and we're busy like every day. It feels like every day I go home with a homework. But with the education system here in Canada is very different. I've asked some parents I've met here and they said that homeworks are very minimal. I've heard before from a friend that they only had like 2 homeworks in a year. So could you believe that? I think I'll be the happiest student if I don't have much homeworks, because I think here in Canada they really wanted to balance everything in terms of the social activities of your kids from their learning. Back in the Philippines, we always have this as early as kindergarten. You have the top 3 kids in the class. They always announce it. They will always have recognition. They will always have awards. But since the time we had started here, we never had those. I've heard from parents that usually some schools, they only start the recognition as late as probably high school or college. But during the grade school, you won't hear much of those awards or recognition, because the secret formula for them is that they believe that all students must be equal. They feel that it will be discriminating if a student would know and feel that certain student is being left out from the class. They usually send us a reporting card, but it's more of an explanation, things that needs to be improved, things that needs to be done. But then again, we really never had those kinds of recognition or awards. We never have these things like best in math, best in science, we never have those things here in Canada. For me, I kind of like also that idea, because like as a parent, you don't want to feel that your kid is being left out if she doesn't, or if he or she doesn't have any awards in the classroom. However, if you also being recognized in the class or in the school, you as a parent, you also feel proud, right? But for me, it doesn't matter. Awards or recognitions doesn't matter, as long as my daughter studies well. I'm happy, she's happy with her school and she's having a great time. I think that's the most important. Everyone is aware that the situation right now, the pandemic. So we had signed her up for a virtual class last year. So for a full year, she was attending a virtual class. She was okay. She was doing fine. But of course, the toll on the mental health, the lack of socialization also suffered. Since she's in a French school, she has to keep up with her French language. She has to level up or step up with her proficiency in French. I don't think that it really went to that level, because virtual class is more challenging in terms of the attention or the focus of each student. She's already on her first grade. We already sent her back to school into an in-person class. It was a very tough decision as a parent. In Canada in general, wearing the mask is mandatory. In the classroom, of course, for the whole day she has to wear the mask, but at least during the breaks they were able to to remove it and have a break from it. and just, you know, those washing of the hands, just, you know, just to make sure hygiene is really top notch. Really. So of course for kids it's very challenging how to maintain their distance. And actually the fear now is that because we're changing our weather from summer, fall, now we're almost you know, entering the fall season, and it's getting chilly now, getting colder, and of course the winter season strikes and flu is very common here in Canada.
Life in